Good evening, everyone. This is Vinod, and we are in YouTube channel Power BI Snippet. This is our video number 2. In today's class, we are about to see how to work with installation of Power BI and what are the interface that we have when you install Power BI inside Windows 7 operating system. Let's see how to do that. I've already downloaded this data for us. So when I go to my computer, and you can see that I have downloaded, and I've downloaded a June 2020 version for us, and it is a 64-bit version of Power BI Desktop. So installing Power BI Desktop is a very easy option. So if you're doing it in Windows 7, you can see that automatically it comes in this place and it asks you the language, and we are about to add the Power BI Desktop installation. It's a very simple installation. We don't want to take too much of time. The only thing is, if you're using a different operating system, the amount of time that it takes to install will vary. And if you are using even a 4 GB RAM in Windows 7 operating system, your system will be a little better. But again, you cannot use anything other than Power BI, and if you have too much of data or too much of other big softwares are available, then your system will be a little slower than normal. If you're having a Power BI in mind to get installed in your laptop or in your system, so it's better to have a minimum of 8 GB to 12 GB. That will be better for us. So now once I've made it ready and it shows that wizard, then I'm going to just give a next and accept the licensing agreement, and then I'm going to just go to the default option of it, and I'm going to just create a shortcut on the installation part. Once I just keep giving enter, and it's going to install our list. So now it copies all the new function. If you already have a earlier version, probably it will overwrite the earlier version and it rewrites the new version. So I generally update it wherever the previous versions are there. So automatically the old versions will be removed and the new version will be automatically taken into consideration. And once we have finished our download, we will get an icon of Power BI Desktop on your desktop, and we can start using it. When I go to the Power BI Desktop, again, we have two different windows that comes into play. The first window will be our Power BI Desktop, and the second window will be our Power Query Editor if you are transforming a data. Today in this video, I am planning to add not just the installation part, and also just give you a small overview of what are the other windows that we can see in here, and what are the latest options that you can activate and deactivate. What will be the default option that will appear in our Power BI Desktop will all be discussed in a short period point. So now once I've installed it, now you can see that my installation is completed, and I'm going to just say finish it, and automatically it launches the Power BI Desktop for us. Sometimes it launches without a problem. Sometimes it says there is an error in it. So you better stop your system and then reset the system once. When you open it again, then the Power BI will work pretty perfectly. Now it is launching my Power BI Desktop. Power BI Desktop will be a little slower. I'll tell you, if you are having a 4 GB RAM, even if you have i5 processor, if your RAM is a little slower, then Power BI will be a little slower for you. So it's better to have a Power BI with a good RAM there. If it is 8, that is nice. If you have more than 8, that's even awesome. Again, please don't add 8 GB of RAM in a i3 processor. It's not gonna be useful for us. 4 GB is more than enough. If you're having an i5 processor, probably 8, you can extend it until 16 GB of data. That will really give you what you want to do in that list. So now when I open it for the very first time, so it's going to take a little more time than usual. So once your system get used to the Power BI Desktop service startups, then the Power BI Desktop will be a little faster than normal. And as I told you earlier, I'm using a Windows 7 version of the list here. So let's see how to work with our point. And once my Power BI desktop launches, this is the screen that I will get. I'll be getting a blank screen in here, and you can see that these are the menus that I have here. Power BI is not a very big software. It's a very small software, but a very powerful software. We hardly have 5 menus here, and we will be probably using 4 of them in here. And you can see that I have a filter option coming up here. I have a visualization option, and I have a field option here. And you can see I have a file menu, like I do all our, like in our regular Microsoft product, whatever we see, a file menu comes up here. And I have a home tab, insert tab, modeling tab, and view tab. And on the left hand side, you can see 3 more icons in here. The first icon is the place where you put your visualization. Then you can see your data, and you can see the modeling that you have here. You can adjust these so that you can see the windows even bigger and better. And in the view, you can set up what are the extra fields that you want. If you want to add a bookmark, if you want to add a selection, if you want to check out the thing, you can just add as many point as you want here. Again, I'm not going to use all of them. So synchronized slicing, selections, bookmarks, performance analysis, and you can see that I have these 3 fields by default. If you don't want this filter, you can just go back and set them in your options. And you can just say that if you don't want this filter to be displayed. Again, if you're using any version after Feb version of Power BI desktop, you can see this filter automatically added to a list. And you can, if you want to keep this features active, you can keep them. If you don't want it, you can leave it as it is. But again, I preferably love to keep it. I'll make it smaller if I don't want to use them at all. This is the interface that we have in our Power BI desktop. So I'm about to use, or I'm going to redo what I did in the previous video. I'm going to just bring in few data and do the data clearances. Whatever we did in the Power Query editor inside an Excel, I'm about to do that inside the Power BI desktop right now. So hope you have just got a small idea of how to install Power BI. It's very simple, and what are the interface that is there available. As we go forward, we will be learning more and more about how to use Power BI desktop better. So hope you enjoyed my video. This is Vinod signing out from Power BI desktop, Power BI snippet, your YouTube channel, your go-to shop to learn a lot of new updates and DAX functionalities in Power BI desktop. Thank you so much. Keep learning. Happy analyzing.